Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is 4 rounds in the super featherweight division, and it is brought to you by Brandon Dodge. Introducing first, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, Shannon Sinn.
Shannon Sinn making her way to the ring in this professional 133-pound fight that makes it the super featherweight division with 4 2-minute rounds. Saw Grinders Fitness fighter earlier in the evening. That is the gym for Miss Sinn as well. One of the more well-known combat athletes throughout Colorado, boxing, kickboxing, MMA, does it all, and getting to watch her in some pro boxing this evening.
Yeah, and Shannon Sinn, very, very athletic, has been in the game for a long time, a lot of experience, and she tends to play off of that. Never really gets flustered, just does a really good job of staying composed, a true definition of the word professional.
Not much I can say after that. Well done, sir.
And her opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th, blue corner, Crista Williams.
Crista Williams going to be the opponent for Miss Sinn this evening. Miss Sinn, you heard the crowd roaring for her, so check out the tail of the tape here. 40 years old for Sinn at 5'7", of course made the 133 pounds. Lists her style as freestyle, which we talked about the fact that she's a multi-sport athlete, and her pro boxing record 1-0-1. And Williams?
Miss Crista Williams coming to us, also 40 years old, 5'8", almost even in height, 133 pounds, making her pro debut tonight, coming off a very interesting win in her last amateur fight on this same mat in the same building. And coming through some adversity, she was actually declared the loser. They did their scorecards again, found out when she was back in the locker room,
let's meet our fighters. First, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, from Brighton, Colorado, representing Grinders Fitness, Shannon Sinn. And her opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th, blue corner, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, representing House of Pain, Crista Williams.
Okay, ladies, we went over all the rules. Nothing below here, nothing there, nothing back there, okay? Any questions? Let's touch them up. Let's take care of business.
The record a little bit deceiving. Shannon Sinn 1-0-1, but a lot of experience in that corner. Has had a lot of MMA fights and some kickboxing fights. I look for Williams to try to push this pace fairly quickly.
And Williams wearing the red trunks, Sinn wearing the gladiator-style black trunks, and they waste no time getting right to it. We talked about how we expect Sinn to be very, very technical in this fight. Williams doing a nice job with her infighting as well. She doesn't seem to be getting flustered by the fast start to the fight here, or the fact that they're basically standing toe-to-toe for it.
Yeah, exactly, and I expected this out of Williams. Williams usually comes out strong, tries to land some good straight punches right off the bat. Did a good job of mixing up some body shots. And Shannon doing a good job. She's absorbing some punches, but not a ton of damage. You can see very composed, hands coming back up, just kind of staring forward.
Williams, nice job setting up that uppercut a moment ago. She basically just planted her feet and waited for it. So it might have been something she saw in an earlier exchange. Made her think she was going to land that, because it had solid effect for her.
Good right hand by Sinn.
Yeah, I was going to say Sinn goes with an uppercut of her own.
Another good right hand.
Sinn lands the right hand, but Williams able to come forward with quick couple of punches to answer back.
Williams has landed a lot of volume of punches, but she's already wearing some damage on her face.
Yeah.
Sinn's landed some good big right hands, a good uppercut already, and starting to stalk forward is Shannon Sinn.
And Williams was staggered there for a second. Sinn saw it. You saw her take a couple of quick shuffle steps forward, wanted to close that distance, get in a couple more punches before Williams was able to recover, because we know she can take a shot. We know she can recover and keep going. And I'm sure Sinn has seen the same tape and knows that as well. So 10-second clacker sounded. Oh, and Sinn comes forward with a beautiful right hand. Set it up off of a stepping jab.
Williams follows up with a great uppercut, though. Good finish to the round for both fighters. I liked what I saw from both in that fight.
Seemed pretty even other than that one flurry by Sinn where she staggered Williams with a couple of punches, then closed in with a nice flurry. I'd say that probably gave Sinn the round, but my opinion counts about as much as yours does.
Well, yeah, and it's so hard. You don't know whether the judges are looking at volume or power shots. You know, you got to kind of figure out what they score on. Looking at the replay here, let's see what they bring up for us.
We talked about that good infighting being shown by Williams, and you can just see she's calm in there. She's pretty nonplussed by the fact that she's in a professional boxing bout going toe-to-toe with her opponents to start things off within about the first 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, there was a good uppercut there on the replay by Sinn. And I like a little bit of contrast in styles here. I'm obviously a Muay Thai guy, and Sinn kind of carrying herself a little bit more like a kickboxer. Her elbows are high. She's absorbing punches on her elbows out front, which allows her to counter a little bit faster. Hence the reason I think that she got to those couple good uppercuts in there. And then the contrasting style of Williams coming forward, straight punches, and trying to keep that guard in tight. Big right hand by Sinn.
Williams wears it well, but you are correct. I think we're going to see some swelling out of the left eye of Williams from that shot. Good body shots inside by both, and both these fighters being told don't clash the heads, and Williams being warned for holding on the back of the head. So see if they can clean up the technique just a touch, and they are doing a nice job of keeping it exciting for us, that's for sure, Brent.
Yeah, they are. No slow and pace at all for either of these fighters. Cardio seems to be really good.
Oh, and that's the second time we've seen that shuffle step distance closed by Sinn, trying to confuse your opponent a little bit with the footwork, and it's doing its job.
That's one of my favorite techniques to throw. You stiff out, you switch those feet, and it puts all that power into that right hook coming up over top. If that lands, that is a clock cleaner.
For all the people that have dirty clocks out there.
I just had to clean my,
No, wait,
I got
what?
nothing. Yeah.
Sinn mixing her punches nicely between body and head. You said it a couple fights ago. It's been the story of our evening so far, is fighters using body shots to set up the head shots, and Sinn following the script here this evening. 10-second clacker sounded as Sinn put together some great punches at the end of round number 1.
And JR, this is another one of those rounds, just like the first round. A lot of volume by Williams, a lot of hard power shots by Sinn. She definitely landed the most damage, and it's just where you wonder, what are the judges looking at? Do they want to see the volume landed? Do they want to see a high percentage there? Or do they want to see damage on somebody's face? It's hard to say.
Here we go with the Larry H. Miller Nissan replay, and Sinn waiting to counter on that one. Williams able to back herself out of it. Both these fighters doing a pretty good job of seeing the other's punches coming, but because they're willing to stand toe-to-toe, have to absorb a little damage in order to do that style of battle as well, if you will. And I like that neither one of these fighters ever taking a second to be lazy with their footwork. They're always moving. Shoulders are always moving a little bit. Head's always moving a little bit. Neither fighter is ever static.
Yeah, something to watch coming into these later rounds. Williams' left eye is a little bit swollen already. See if she takes any more damage to that. Coming out strong, trying to pressure Sinn a little bit.
Well, Steve Mistis in the corner of Williams. He was pretty animated in between rounds, getting in her ear, telling her she needs to make some things happen, and she came out starting the third round looking to do exactly that. Oh, takes a hard shot there.
Shannon doing a really good job of taking a step back and then immediately counterpunching. She's not going straight backwards. She doesn't take one or two steps back, and she comes straight back with something. Big right hand and a left hook.
Corner Williams calling for the body shots, but it's Sinn that goes downstairs and lands the left hook to the body. Good liver punch there for Sinn. And again with that footwork from Sinn. Nicely done.
And that's something that not a lot of people talk about. It's, one thing to listen to your own corner, but you do want to key in on the other one as well. Whether that means throwing the same thing they want their corner to throw or just making sure you're ready to defend it.
Exactly. Definitely something that comes with experience, trying to be calm enough to be able to absorb all that information in the middle of a literal fist fight.
Yeah, that was a big right hand by Sinn that missed, but if that would have landed, I think she's going to keep looking for that.
Oh, good right left by Sinn, and again follows it up nicely. Doesn't stop to admire her work, just keeps with it. Almost at the 10-second clacker.
And a good job at Sinn knowing the distance. She steps out just far enough that she knows she's not going to get a hit, and then she's immediately right back in. Big overhand right again by Sinn.
And ends the round with an uppercut, and does Sinn, and a clinch by Williams to make sure she doesn't absorb any more damage there right at the end.
Well, we're going to go to our final round of the evening in this fight.
Corner man Steve Mistis going to work on that left eye that you were talking about. We know exactly the punch that that set up that swelling, because we said, hey, that might be something that causes some damage. And sure enough, swelling up a little bit. And checking out some third round action here on the Lear H. Miller Nissan replay. And Sinn again doing a really nice job of landing her punches and not stopping to admire her work.
Yeah.
She gets her punches in, and then she immediately goes right back to work.
Yeah, beautiful job by Sinn in that round, and it is something to watch. Williams has a really, really large hematoma just above that left eyebrow. Need to make sure that that doesn't break open.
It's not a toma.
Nope, it is. It is.
It is a toma, a hematoma. All right, I'm done.
Ooh, beautiful counter right by Sinn. This time she's coming into this round pushing the pace a little bit right off the bat, trying to make sure Williams doesn't get the upper hand right off the bat.
Sinn, nice diagonal footwork there, trying to slip off to the side while she's coming with the uppercut. Great technique. You take yourself out of your opponent's punching angle and set yourself up to land a really nice power shot. Both fighters looking to land solid uppercuts here. And good job, nobody going for the hip toss or the leg entwinement there.
And I'm impressed with the composure of Williams. She's done a really good job of weathering damage. She's eaten some hard shots, and she's now shying away from anything, stepping right back in the pocket, throwing her own punches.
Yeah, you're right. As she's taken some hard shots in this bout, she doesn't seem to be at all gun shy. It's not like, oh, I got to watch out for that or whatever. It's like, hey, I need to move forward and get this done. And nice job by Williams on that.
We've seen a lot of growth from Williams in her past 4 fights. I'm very impressed.
One of the beautiful things about being involved on the local scene is getting to watch these fighters grow from literally fight number 1 up into the professional ranks. I love it. Speaking of fighters in the professional ranks, want to send our best wishes to Drew Dober fighting tomorrow night. Hope all goes well for that young man. Colorado fighter in the UFC.
Nice Superman punch. You don't see that a lot in boxing.
It's the Superwoman punch from Sinn. Has Williams bullied into the corner. Going to try and hold her there to finish off the round. The 10-second clacker sounded. Williams doing a great job of keeping her hands moving. And that's going to be it. The bell has ended the fight. We're going to have to take it to the judges and let them know what their thoughts are on things here. Highly, highly entertaining fight. Man, this card just keeps building from one fight to the next. Love it. Checking out things on the replay here, and Williams, we talked about, will take a shot and then willing to just bite down on the mouthpiece. I'm not going to adjust. I'm not going to acknowledge it. I am just going to keep to my game plan, and I'm going to throw back hard. As intense as this fight was and as hard as these two fighters were throwing, they did a really nice job of keeping it technical. They didn't get sloppy. They didn't get taken out of their game plans. They both knew exactly what it was they wanted to do, and they stuck to it nicely, I felt.
I agree with that, and both had some good counter punches, good footwork. Just an overall great fight by both fighters.
Acknowledgement from the crowd. That can make every moment in the gym and every punch absorbed in the ring worth it right there.
Yes, it can. Waiting for the judges to finish tallying this fight so we can go back to Big Mo and let us know who wins this fight. What do you think they call him Big Mo for? You think it's because he's about 7 foot tall?
I think that's probably what it is. I'm going to go with that, yeah. Carry the 7, divide by pi, Pythagorean theorem, quadratic equation.
Addition is hard.
Numbers are bad, okay? There's Big Mo. Gonna kick a couple of photographers off the stage. And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge Short scores it 40-36. Judge Ramirez scores it 39-37. Judge Kugler scores it 39-37. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Shannon Sinn!
Congratulations to the Grinders fighter. Shannon Sinn improves her professional boxing record. She's going to go over and get the post-fight interview with Bailey Winters after a word from our sponsors.
All right, I'm back here now with your winner, Shannon Sinn. Shannon, we've seen you box, we've seen you kickbox, we've seen you fight MMA. What do you prefer? How do you feel about this fight tonight?
I feel good about the fight. I'm a mixed martial artist, and I love to fight. So any style of fighting that I can get a fight in, I'll fight. MMA is my favorite, but you know, there's always a good opportunity to work hands like tonight, so we took this fight.
You were doing a good job of landing some big overhands, and also working that switch step well, landing some good shots. Was that what you expected? Is that something you trained to prepare for this fight tonight?
I like a lot of the switchy, tricky foot stuff. I do it a lot in sparring, so it just comes out whether I should be doing it or not. It's what I do. But I felt really good.
What can we expect next from you?
Hopefully, MMA fight, September-ish, maybe August. If not, another boxing, whatever.
You're one of my favorite fighters to watch. We always know it's entertaining when we see you in that ring or in the cage. I know you've got a lot of fans here tonight. Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank all my Grinders family. I love you guys. You all inspire me every day. Just watching you guys bust your butts in the gym, it gives me a lot of motivation to do my best also. So I love you guys and thank you for supporting.
And you've got a little friend down here. Say hi.
This is my buddy Chloe. She's going to be a professional grappler.
Congratulations on a great win. Good job, Sandra.